Let's dance phonics dance style. It's time for the hunks and chunks. Are you ready? S-H, S-H, C-H, C-H, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, buck, cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, buck. This is a thorn and that is a thistle. T-H, T-H, O-O-ooh, O-O-ooh. I love school. You love fruit? I do too. You, I, ooh. Put your hands in the air. Happy New Year. Make your resolution. E, W, ooh, ooh. That's at the end of a root word, and don't you forget it. The Bully Brothers. O, O, O. O, O, O. Look out for Captain Hoof. I-C-E, I-C-E, ice, ice. I-C-E, I-C-E, ice, ice. A-C-E, A-C-E, ace, ace. I'm so good. Did you brag about it? You were an ace. I-N-G, ing, ing, ing. I-N-G, ing, ing, ing. Were you on a spring as you were bouncing around? I want you to kick a ball. A-L-L, A-L-L, all, kick that ball. Now let's spike it like a volleyball player. A-L-L, A-L-L, all, spike that ball. Car, car. C-A-R, you stick your arm in a jar of stars. A-R, R-R-R, A-R, R-R-R. I liked your pirate patch. O-R, or, O-R, or. I want more fish. Bite his head off that fork. O-W, ow. There's a cow going down, D-O-W-N. That's the way to get down. Oh, yeah. O-U, ow. O-U-T, O-U-T, get out of here, you bumblebee. O-U-T, out, out, out. O-U-T, out, out, out. You take a scaredy cat E, you take a scaredy cat A. You put them together and what do they say? E. But when you see the double E, you say E, E. It's a bumblebee party. When you see the double E, you say E, E. It's a bumblebee party. Party dance. E, 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 E. Rain, rain, you're a pain. A, I, A. Show me your muscles for that long, strong A. E-I-G-H, are you ready? The superhero of all the hunks and chunks. E-I-G-H, A. E-I-G-H, A. At the end of a root word, A-Y, A. Hey, do you want to play? Swish, score, hooray. O said to A, oh, I love you. And A said, absolutely nothing. So when you see O and A, what do you say? Oh, O-W, ow and O. O-W, let it snow. When you see E-D at the end of a root word, say ed, d, or t. When you see E-D at the end of a root word, say ed, d, or t. O-I, oi, O-I, oi, in the middle of a word, boink. But it's O-Y, oi, show me your boy muscles. O-Y, boy, at the end of a word. I-R-R, point to the girls, I-R-R, and you are in the middle of a word. Did you just hang 10 as you surfed on a wave? Let's sing our Hawaii 5-0 song. Da 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 da. But it's E-R-R at the end of a word. E-R-R at the end of a word. Show me your paws with your claws. A-W, aw. Who's on your automobile ride? Let's invite two people. A-U-aw, aw, ah, beep, beep. A-U-R, A-U-R, ah, 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 beep, beep. What did you just buy? Show me. O-U-G-H-T, odd. Hold your shopping bag up. Look what I bought. A-U-G-H-T, let's man a white girl. Odd. Boys say daughters. Girls say, that's me. Get that potion that gives us the funky hunk and chunk motion. Pop its cork off. Pop. Shun, 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 shun. T-I-O-N. Shun, 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 shun. T-I-O-N. Shun, 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 shun. Do you want to live in a mansion? Of course you do. S-I-O-N. Shun, 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 shun. I want to live in a mansion. S-I-O-N. Shun, 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 shun. I want to live in a mansion. Let's pull a giant 1,000,000-pound onion out of the ground. I-O-N, I-O-N, yun. Yun, lift it up. It's a 1,000,000-pound onion. Take a bite and blow bad breath at your teacher. Ready? Shh, don't you wake that W next to the R. Shh, don't you wake that W next to the R. What's it say? When you see K-N, you don't say the K, you say N. When you see K-N, you don't say the K, you say N. When you see P-H, you don't say P-H, you say F. When you see P-H, you don't say P-H, you say F. I-N-K, I-N-K, ink, ink, ink. I don't drink pink ink. I-N-K, I-N-K, ink, ink, ink. I don't drink pink ink. A-N-K, A-N-K, egg, egg, egg. I'm going down a tank. I-G-H, I-G-H, I-I-I. Don't forget the T. Pull your light cord. Ite, ite, ite. I-G-H, I-G-H, I-I-I. Don't forget the T. Ite, ite, ite. W-H, W-H, wah, wah, wah. It's a question word. Who, what, when, where, why, and which. T-U-R-E, that creature has nice features. D-G-E, what's that you say? Why have 3 letters to just say J? Thanks for phonics dancing. I hope you love the hunks and chunks like I do. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Good morning, Tigers. Good morning, Wolves. Welcome to Friday, 19 February, 2021. Had to check my calendar. It's already the 19th. Wow. We're going to be 3rd graders soon. Okay. For today's Foundations lesson, we are going to show what we know. So because of that, we are going to need our Foundations notebook, our writing tool, and when we write, we are going to sit in the writing position. We are bringing a growth mindset, probably the most important thing with us. A growth mindset tells me to do my personal best. You already know that I'm going to give you a word. You are going to blend to write that word. Then you're going to blend to read, to check your own word. And then I'm going to show you the word on the screen. If you are waiting until I put the word on the screen and then you're copying it, I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have to do that. All you have to do is say, Miss Daniels, give me your list because I just want to copy it. Just let me know and I'll give you the list. Because we don't want you to copy a word. You're not learning anything. We want you to do your personal best. I'm going to give you a word and I want you to do your best. Pull all of that knowledge up. This week, the superstar is who? Ooh and But we still have all of that knowledge. Show what you know so you can grow. That's our growth mindset. Show what you know so you can grow. If you want my list, tell me, and I will truly give it to you. because I do not want you copying off the board. It not only is it not helpful, it's actually hurtful for your brain, because you're writing and copying these patterns and your brain's not connecting them to anything, so you're getting mush. Everything you did learn this week just turned to mush because you didn't use it. And it's like that snow that was on the road. It's melted away. We don't want to make snow. We want to make rocks. Rocks are here for millions of years. We want a solid foundation. So I'm serious. Do your personal best. All right. Are we in the writing position? Hold up your foundations notebook or your paper that you write in every day. Hold up your writing tool. Miss Bryan and I need to know who's ready, who's going to dive in with us on this exploration of learning. If you're holding up your paper and your pencil and you don't have your camera on, how do we know? So turn your cameras on and leave them on. We are going to make a list of everybody that does not have their camera on, and we're going to call parents to check to see if we need to somehow find you new devices or something. Maybe your devices don't work. We'll say that's why you don't have your cameras on. Isaiah, Bruno, Jaslyn. Hi, Jazz. Michaela, I want to see that beautiful smile. My sunshine. Thank you, Victor and Sophia, for being good role models. And before we get started, I want to appreciate those of you in both classes who always do your personal best. I know it's not easy. I know there's a lot of things to keep track of, but you always give it your all. You might not always get everything done because things do come up in your lives too, right? But you never make excuses. And I'll tell you this, it might seem like more fun to play Fortnite instead of school. Your parents think you're in front of a device, they think you're on school. We know better. We need to see you with us. So for those of you that I'm going to pay attention to the tools in the toolbox, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I recognize you. Okay? I appreciate you. We're in this together. And I look forward to how far you're going to go in your future because you're not going to give up. You're not going to let remote learning stop you. You're giving it your all. You're taking advantage of the opportunity. All right? I just wanted to say that to both classes because some of us work hard every single day and nobody ever mentions us. I want to tell you we recognize you. Miss Bryan knows who the hard workers are. Doesn't mean they have perfect papers. It doesn't mean that they always get 100 on their test. It certainly doesn't mean that they turn in their work first. Or that they catch the most fish. We'll talk about that later. Let's get started. So this week we had two amazing stories. We had A Walk with Nan, and this is a story because it has characters, setting, problem, solution, consequence. Remember the elements of a story, right? And not only did the characters change over time, but so did the street. So the street was kind of a character. So a character in a story doesn't have to be a person, right? So the street is kind of like a character in the story because that's what changed over time. All right, and then we had Streets, Then and Now, which was nonfiction. It was a text about streets and facts about how streets change throughout time with technology. All right? You didn't think of streets with technology, right? Any new invention is technology, not just the computer. All right? So let's get started so we can enjoy these stories. Today, I would like to read these stories with my small group. So any small group that already has all their work done, we're going to do something fun with these stories today. All right? Small groups that don't have their work done, we will find time today to get your work from the week done. Next week, we are going to do, guess what we're doing Monday morning? New high frequency words, new evidence for your journal. All right? Guess what we're doing Tuesday? A game with those high frequency words and learning or focusing in on some, we already know all of the digraphs, spelling rules, all of that. We're just going to dive back in and have somebody be a superstar again, right? This week it's ooh, oh, oh. So next week, the routine does not change. Wolves, you did a great job this week. Most of you jumping right in and getting it done. Next week, it's going to be the same thing. No more changes. We promise. We understand and we appreciate you. But Monday, you're going to have 3-a-days in reading. Mondays, you're going to have 3-a-days in math. Guess what's going to happen Tuesday? The same. Wednesday, the same. Your agenda, I changed the dates on the top, and I changed social studies science. The rest of it, you already know what you're going to do. Fair enough? So let's get started with this so we can get into small group and talk about exactly how you did this week. All right? Shall we? So now we are going to play with sounds and words. We play with sounds and words when we spell. We play with sounds and words when we read. And spelling is not like I memorize some words. All right? That's why you do not know what words I'm going to give you today. We have not practiced these words. We have not memorized these words. Some words might be familiar to you. You might have written them before. Some of these words you might not. But you do know every spelling pattern that makes the sound in these words. So you're going to bring all that background knowledge with you. The star of the show this week, the hunk and chunk that's the star of the show is, can anyone tell me who the star of the show this week is? His sounds are and ooh. Oh is the star of this week. It doesn't mean we don't need all of those other pieces of knowledge that are in our brain. We still need to know how to make the k sound after a short vowel. We still need to know today what suffix we put on the end of the word to make it mean more than one or plural, because you're going to have a plural word. You're still going to need to know the basic sounds of letters. All right, so activate that knowledge. Whatever you do to activate that knowledge. I'm seeing you. Your cameras are on. Your microphones don't have to be on because we see you and we're teachers, right? Miss Bryan, how does it look on your end? Do they look ready? Can you see them? Are we going to be able to see that they're indeed writing these words? And tigers and wolves. If you want to copy the words, just send me a note in the chat box and say, hey, send me your list, and I'll send this list to you. All right? If we don't see you pulling these sounds and doing your personal best, then we don't believe that you practiced. We're going to be honest with you. I do not want perfect papers. If you make a mistake, just like we do always, just circle the mistake you made. And remember, Anna, you probably don't miss the whole word. Just circle the part of the word you missed, all right? So if I write the word book and I did not use the correct spelling for the sound, O in book, but I got b and k correct, I'm not going to circle b and k because I got that right. I'm just going to circle the part of the word that I did not get correct when I check it against the screen. And then I'm going to write it correctly above it. So make sure you skip a line. So you're going to do the first line on the first word on the first line, skip a line. That way you have room for your spotlight and for the correction above. All right? This even your show what you know is a learning opportunity. Learning opportunity. We can give it to you. You have to take it. That's what an opportunity is. The door is open for learning. All right? And those of you that are sitting in the writing position, you are ready to go. Thank you for taking advantage of the opportunity. All right? For those of you that we don't know that you're practicing, during small group today, you will practice one-on-one with us. I thought I would see some cameras come on. Right, Isaiah? So the reason we need your cameras on is so we can see that you're practicing. Because if you're practicing your personal best every day, we need to know that. If you're just copying, we need to know that too. Because that's the reason you're not improving. But if you're trying your personal best, we're going to be there to help you. Fair enough? So if your cameras are not on, I will be making a list of tigers whose cameras are not on. Miss Bryan is making a list of wolves whose cameras aren't on. Because we're concerned about you. So we have this amazing thing called Class Dojo. And that's our direct line to parents, so we can work with our parents to make sure you have everything you need to be successful at home learning. Mojo's watching. So, I see, Miss Bryan, that I have to put 6 students on my list because their cameras are not on from 2D. Zuri, Isaiah, Jaslyn, Michaela. I want to see your beautiful faces. Bruno. Thank you, Tigers. Thank you, those of you that just came off my list. Now I only have 4 phone calls to make while you're working. So, on the next slides, you won't see me. Well, you will see me down there in the little picture because I'm in the meeting with you. But you won't see me because I'm going to try to do audio only on the words. Hopefully that doesn't glitch as much. All right. Tigers, are we ready? Wolves, are we ready? We are sitting in the writing position, ready to do our personal best, spotlighting our errors that we don't check. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. The first word is took. I took a picture of the sky. Took. The word is took. Blend to right, took. I like the way you are blending to right. I hear you pulling those sounds. Took. Took. After you have blended to right, took. Go ahead and look at your word and make sure you have the correct spellings for all of the sounds in the word took. All right. If you can catch your own mistake, go ahead and catch your own mistake. Okay, check the word against the screen. Remember, we are spotlighting our errors at this time so we can learn from them. So if you wrote the incorrect spelling for the sound in took, go ahead and circle it and write vowel team OO above it. We are not erasing our mistakes. We want to learn from them. All right? The next word, number 2. The word is books. Jan read 2 books. Books. Blend to write books. I should hear books as you're writing. Books. All right, when you're done, go ahead and blend to read your word. Do you think you have the correct spellings for the sounds in books? If you notice right now an error, you can go ahead and self-correct. All right? Are you ready to check it against the screen? All right, check it against the screen. Did you remember to put suffix s, more than one? Did you remember to use the OO spelling for the sound in books? If you did not, simply circle the part of the word you missed. You did not miss the entire word, so do not circle the entire word. Circle the part of the word you missed and write it above. Thank you. The next word, number 3, foot. Erin hurt her foot. Foot. Blend to write the sounds you hear in foot. Thank you for blending to write. Now, please go back, blend to read your word. Did you include all the sounds you need for foot? All right, let's check it against the screen. Remember to just spotlight your errors. I should not see the eraser working. I should just see circles if you need to. All right, number 4. Hoof. A horse has a hoof. 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 I like that I hear somebody blending to write. Hoof. After you have written hoof, go back and blend to read it. Hoof. Are you ready? Let's check it against the screen. All right. Did you get all the sounds? I should not see anybody writing right now. I should see a circle, and you might write the correct spelling, but we are not writing the complete word after we see it. That's called copying. If you want the list, I'll give it to you. Do not copy. Do your personal best and see how much you've grown this week. All right? Number 5. The word is cook. Do you like to cook? Cook. Blend to write the sounds in cook. Everybody should be blending to write right now. Cook. All right, you ready to check it against the screen? Here we go. Did you get the correct spelling? If you wrote the wrong spelling for the k sound, either on the beginning or the end of the word, remember, just circle it, spotlight it. Are we ready to move on? Number 6, nook. I ate in the breakfast nook. 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 I hear nook, nook, nook. Remember, glue those sounds together. I'm hearing n, k, but that's segmenting. We don't want to unglue them. We want to glue them. So nook. All right. Did you blend to read your own word? Do you have the word nook? All right, let's check it. All right, we should only see spotlighting. Next word, number 7. Hood. My jacket has a hood. Hood. Did you blend to read your own word? Hood. My jacket has a hood. All right, check it against the screen. Do you have hood? All right. Number 8, wood. Dad chopped the wood. 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 The word is wood. 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 All right, you ready to check it? All right, check it against the screen. Number 9, stood. We stood still. Stood. Stood. We stood still. All right, after you write stood, go ahead and blend to read your word. Do you have all the spelling patterns you need for the word stood? We stood still. Stood. All right. Check it against the screen. Once again, I should not see you copying the word. I should see some spotlights. If you made an error in your spelling for these sounds, just circle the part of the word that you missed. All right, next word, number 10. Shook. Dave shook the box. Shook. Shook. All right. Check it against the screen. Did you spell the word correctly? Remember, spotlight your errors. Number 11, crook. I sat in the crook of the tree. Crook. 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 When you are done blending to write crook, go ahead and blend to read crook. Make sure you have all the sounds you need for crook. crook. Okay, check it against the screen. Do you have crook? Or do you have cook? If you did not blend to write or blend to read, I predict that you are going to have missed the consonant blend at the beginning. Cur, k-er. We need both of those sounds. If you left out the R, just circle where it should be and write it above it. And thank you for being honest. That is how we learn. Next word, number 12. Cookbook. Mom has a cookbook. The word is cookbook. There is a recipe in the cookbook. Blend to write the sounds in each syllable in cookbook. Or in each hunk and chunk, if you want to say it like that. Cookbook. Okay. Did you spell the word correctly? Check it against the screen. Number 12, cookbook is a compound word. The first word in the compound word is cook. The second word in the compound word is book. Put them together, and a cookbook is a book full of recipes to cook with, right? All right, number 13. Offer. Did you offer to help? Offer. 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 And this is a review word. You're pulling up that background knowledge. We're not leaving it behind. We're bringing it with us. Offer. The word is offer. Okay, read the word that you wrote. Blend to read it. Do you have offer? Or do you have offer? Remember what we do to keep the first vowel short. What do we do with that consonant? Do you have offer or do you have offer? I'm giving you a chance to self-correct. Think about the rule. How do we keep the beginning sound short? Okay, check it against the screen. Did you spell it correctly? If you did not double the consonant F, just go ahead and circle it. So you remember that if you want that first O to say ah, you need to have the pattern vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel. If we said O-F-E, that's vowel, consonant, E, and we would have an open syllable at the front, and it would be offer. We don't want an offer. We want an offer. All right? Number 14. Water. I drank a glass of water. It's hard for me not to say this word as water. 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 I drank a glass of water. Water. All right. Did you spell the word correctly? Check it against the word on the screen. Do you have W-A, water? If you don't, you did not miss T-E-R, I guarantee it. You probably didn't miss the W spelling. So maybe you just didn't remember that this is an irregular spelling for the aw, water sound in this word. It's an irregular spelling for that with W-A, wah. So just circle the part of the word that you did differently, all right? Number 15. Ready for the next word? Master. I can't master a cartwheel. Master. 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 All right? Check it against the screen. If you forgot to put those two consonants in the middle for st, go ahead and circle it and write it above it. That's why we should have skipped lines like we do every day. All right, number 16. Cracker. Ava ate a cracker. Cracker. I think we've had these words before. Number 16. The word is cracker. After you have blended to write your word, go back and blend to read. Did you use the correct spelling of the k sound after a short vowel? Just a little hint. Okay, check it against the screen. If you did not use the CK for a short, after a short vowel for the k sound, then just circle it, what you did use, and write CK above it. So you might have had cracker, but did you remember that after a short vowel, the k sound is spelled with CK? That's what we needed to remember, all right? Number 17. Driftwood. The driftwood washed ashore. Driftwood. Driftwood. The word is driftwood. This is a compound word, isn't it? Two words that come together to make a new word. Driftwood. The word is driftwood. Driftwood. We might find driftwood floating down a moving river. Driftwood. Okay, check it against the screen. That one was a little challenging because that might be an unfamiliar word to you. But if we use our strategies, if we blend to write and then blend to read, we'll know if we got the sounds. The same thing when we read unfamiliar words, we blend to read them. When we spell unfamiliar words, we blend to write them. And then we blend to read to check them, make sure we have all the sounds in. Drift, wood. So there's a ift, wood. There's not a single sound in there that you do not know. All right? So I wanted to give you that word for that reason. Okay? Number 18. The word is integrity. Integrity. And I'll give you the syllables. The first syllable or word part is in, te, grit, e. Challenge words. Integrity. Integrity. Integrity means doing the right thing when no one's watching. integrity. This is one thing, if you lose it, you may never get it back again. Integrity. It's actually pretty easy to blend to spell. Blend to write. Integrity. Integrity. Did you blend to write the sounds in each syllable? Okay, check it against the screen. You will see that I've also broken it into syllables for you. Integrity. So if you didn't know how to spell it right now, that's okay. This is a hard word to spell. It's also a hard word to have, right? So I've even placed a quote here from C.S. Lewis. Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching. All right? That's a hard thing for even adults. So we're going to think about that. Next week, we will be studying words like integrity and honor as we start a new unit of exploration. All right? So if you missed some spellings in integrity, just like the rest of the words, go ahead and spotlight and write the correct above it. And if you blend to read the sounds in each syllable, you'll see that you indeed did know how to spell this word. All right? But if you made an error, that's okay too. Great job. Okay, how was that? You are going to turn in your evidence, and we want to see those spotlights. Remember the last word, integrity. We want to see those spotlights. We want to see evidence that you're growing. Even those of you in class, we need to see evidence of growing. We're all in this together, whether you're at home or in class, all right? So remember, this week's stories about streets are in Ed Your Friend in Learning, all right? And your decodable readers will always be in Ed Your Friend in Learning, all right? So if you don't get them as an assignment, these are great books to read for enjoyment, and that's the purpose of reading, to learn and to enjoy wonderful adventures and to learn things from read works and nonfiction texts. We read to learn, all right? So before you go turn in that evidence, remember it's going to go in your Friday journal. When you go to your Friday journal, make sure your Foundations Participation Evidence Journal, it looks like a little scrapbook. If you did Tuesday, make sure you have a picture on your Tuesday. Make sure you have a picture on your Wednesday. Make sure you have a picture on your Thursday. And then today's picture goes on Friday. All right? If you have all of your work in a notebook, but your pictures didn't save for some reason, guess what? That's okay, because you have it in a notebook. So I know yesterday I learned Miss Bryan doesn't take excuses either. So if you do not have it, we have every single lesson recorded, and there's a link right in your participation journal that you can go watch the lesson that you missed. All right? Before you go, my friends, let me remind you of the schedule and the teams you're on. Right now, you are going to go turn in your evidence. Every day, immediately. That means right away. Don't go anywhere else. Don't do anything else. Everybody goes to Seesaw Journal, finds your evidence folder. Zuri, what did I say? Find your evidence folder. Don't just throw it on the wall somewhere, because you're not getting some activities done. Zuri, I'll be checking in with you and Isaiah right now. You're going to show me your journals. And then I'm calling gold group. Miss Bryan and I are calling in gold groups, then green group, then purple group. Here's your schedule. 2C and 2D have specials today. 2C is going to art, 2D is going to library. Remember the project you're working on in the library, 2D. If you have questions, if you have ideas, bring them to her. You already have knowledge. If you don't show her what you know, she's going to give you the same knowledge again. And then she's wasting her time, you're wasting your time. Show what you know so you can grow. We don't want to grow moss. We want to be a rolling rock down the river. We don't want to just be stuck. And we definitely don't want to be snow. All right? Not that we don't love snow, but we don't want to wash away. Okay? That's all we have for today. You're going to go turn in your evidence. This schedule is posted in Teams on about every single wall. I will also be sending it as soon as we finalize it and make sure there's no more changes, or I didn't leave some stuff out. Miss Bryan and I will be posting this to both classes, Class Dojo, so your parents know. Remember, the live times are when you're in a live meeting. If you don't see live, it doesn't mean you're not doing something. You're either eating lunch and you're away from your screen. Teachers are not allowed to eat lunch in their classroom, so we're not even here. So, math warm-up, you're doing something. You're working. It's not time off for you. You don't get 16 breaks. All right? Break is 2 o'clock to 2:15. Says it on the schedule. 2:15, social studies, live meeting, discovery zone. All right? 3 o'clock, not a live meeting because you are where at 3 o'clock? Word study. How do I know? How does Miss Bryan know? Because there's this beautiful blue light that flashes on our dashboard that says they're working. They're giving it their all. They're not giving up. They're showing what they know so they can grow. And they're doing their personal best. Toodaloo, Tigers. I'll see you soon. How do I stop this thing? Hey, Mojo. I'll just go talk to Mojo about what he's seen.